And boom. And what? There you go. Now let me just pop this out. You know what I'll do? I will make this not that size anymore. Oh, that's too big. Bros, early. That's my Christmas present to my chat, is being early. For once in my life. How'd you like it? Hello, and how are you? I'm doing pretty well. My first midterm, or final, this one was a final. Most of them are midterms, but this one was a final. My first final went pretty well, so I'm happy about that, since that's what I'm doing this week. My holidays are completely whacked out. Also, this is too tall. Let me just resize it. My early what? I'm sorry. That wasn't funny. Okay, moving on. Hello, local. How you been? Hello, Leova. Your name is so easy to say hello to because it just like naturally flows. I'm early because it's Christmas. Christmas magic. It's a Christmas miracle. I have not heard the Andre 3000 ambient album. I intend to at some point. I haven't gotten to it. Is it good? I've heard it was, but showed a lot of potential, and people respected the grinds. What'd you get, local? How you been? I've been okay. Midterms got me a little stressed, but Christmas kind of relaxes things. It's decent, but it's too samey for me. Yeah. I mean, he was pretty clear about what it is. You know, that's kind of why that album is interesting to me, not from a music perspective because I haven't heard it, but from like a meta perspective. Like this rap legend just saying, you know what, I want to make like ambient flute music because that's where my inspiration is leading me. I have a lot of respect for that. What'd you get, Alco? I think it's not my birthday, so I can't say older. I got some flavored coffee. I got some CDs for my car. I got a bunch of stuff actually. It's a good haul. It is extremely based. Like I can't think of a more base thing to do in music. I researched Chess 4th edition, Chess Mastery, Chess and Balances. That's an excellent book. That is an excellent book, local. What else did I get? I don't want to reveal everything, of course, but got a 200 € voucher for the vinyl shop, some socks and candy. That's a really good haul. Oh yeah, so a guy is going to be selling me an amp deck he owns for less than I would get it for new. And so as part of my presents, my family said that they would pay for the amp deck. So that's pretty cool. Hold on a second. Does bishop takes f7 work? I think that's what he's calculating. Yeah. That was in fact what he was calculating. Okay, so here's where I become based. Yeah, you know what I should have done in this position? I'm not actually sure what I should have done. I could have played d6, which is more passive, but I think it was, I'm actually not sure. I mean, playing king d8 here might be stupid, but Chris knew that was an excellent book. He knows how to play chess somewhat, but doesn't try hard at all. He probably Googled it because that's a very well-respected positional chess book. Some people say it's overrated, but everything I've heard that talks about how it's overrated is how everyone thinks it's the only positional chess book you ever need, which obviously it isn't because that's not how that works. That's extremely powerful. Do you already have some things in mind, Vexpor? See, I could take and then take, but it feels kind of scary. Maybe I can get away with it, though. If I can get away with it, it's definitely the best, but I am unsure if I can get away with it. Favorite Christmas song? You know, weirdly enough, I hadn't thought about it. I mean, Last Christmas is up there, but that's a very basic pick. It's a good pick, though. Might be Last Christmas. Only left to use. 2 Shame albums, Nirvana, Strokes, Name One House. You know what, Base? Why don't you take the bishop when he's sacked? Because if I take the bishop, he plays knight g5, and then I move the king anywhere, and he takes my bishop. So it just trades off a piece, and so it trades off my light squared bishop for his light squared bishop, but it also improves his knight and brings his queen in more easily. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Oh yeah, that's the easiest take of all time. That I absolutely Rexplorer. 100%. I mean, I think pushing this was bad because he's kind of tied himself up for no reason, which to be fair, I'm not complaining about, but yeah, that's a good choice. You know what? I respect that. It's not even close. All I Want for Christmas Is You isn't even a bad song, but Last Christmas is just a very, very good song. And that's the difference, right? It's not a bad song, but Last Christmas is just actively good. You know, I'm listening to Last Christmas right now. I disagree with this decision on a spiritual level. You wanna know why I disagree with this decision on a spiritual level? Because look at this position. Look what he's done to himself. He hurt himself in his confusion. Look at this. The position is way simpler now. And yes, he's up a pawn. However, these two are very weak. I wouldn't really call this up a pawn. White Christmas is fine. I just watched the movie and I hated the movie, so that kind of hurt my opinion of the song. No, I disagree with my decision as well. Oh no. Guys, he's in chat. Oh no. No. I'm extremely concerned. He's in chat. I'm gonna lose. Maybe this was cowardly, but I don't feel a need to take the pawn right now, and I'd rather prevent the knight from coming to b5 since that looks really scary. I know. I know. Last Christmas is just a good song. It's smoother than like anything on planet Earth. What's another? What else am I thinking? So, Last Christmas. What's the song I'm thinking of? Give me a second. Give me a second. There's another song I like because of nostalgia. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home is also good. I'm not even a huge U2 guy, but I just like that song. Personally hate U2. Really? I did not expect that. You hate U2. Well, now I'm just losing, but I don't really have an opinion on U2. I haven't listened to any of their full albums, but my mom really, really likes U2. So does my dad. Both my parents just absolutely adore U2. Offensively mediocre. Ooh. Again, I've never listened to a full U2 project, so I don't feel like super opinionated. Oh yeah, Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra's a good choice. Oh, I'm dumb. The bishop could just be captured. Whoops. Oh, okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah. Oh, Luppy. Listen to that album that was on everyone's iPhone for a while, and that was so good. Joshua Tree? Hello, Luppy. Joshua Tree? I'm playing a terrible game of chess. I'm sorry, Flat On. Maybe, yeah. I'm happy, honestly. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm giving you free elo, but, you know. You know. Bono's a mid-singer and songwriter. Edge is a mid-guitarist and doesn't deserve the nickname The Edge. Again, I haven't listened to much U2, so I don't know. That's why I find this such an interesting take, because I know it's hot. Like, it's a very hot take. But I can't really tell you how wrong you are, because I don't really know. And bass and drums are just kind of there. Sheesh. Brutal. No, but Last Christmas is... I would have to say Last Christmas is probably my favorite Christmas song. Call Radiohead mid, what do you expect? Well, that's because Radiohead is mid. This is different. Again, haven't listened to U2 albums, so I don't know. I have one in my car. I have a CD and one. I just haven't gotten to it yet. This is just brutal, man. I'm just getting murdered. Based taco. Based on what? Okay, no, sorry. Snowman by Sia. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. Candy Cane Lane is fun by Sia, but I like that somewhat ironically. This is kind of a bad position. I have good news. Oh, talk to us, King. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Not familiar with it. And that's mate. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day. Oof, I just gave him a piece. I mean, my position was already worse before I gave him the piece. To be fair to him, I was already in a worse position before I gave him the piece. However, I did just give him a piece. I like some Sia, but Sia's like a guilty pleasure for me. I enjoy her voice, but I have to be in the mood, you know? Also, Flat On, thanks so much for the follow. I respect it. If you're going to steal my elo, at least follow. I like it. It can't tell if that's disrespectful or hyper respectful. Merry Christmas, Flat. That was your present. Eat dinner like the rat I am and be like later. Duh. I think you gave him a piece. No, I didn't actually. It's I'm gaslighting everybody. Next question. Yeah, this guy's much worse. It's crazy that 2169s fall for this. This is not that, like, advanced of a thing. But it happens so often. Christmas, give you my heart. But the very next day, you gave it away. This year. Yeah, now I'm listening to that. I'm now listening to Last Christmas. Yeah. That was the problem. I wasn't listening to good enough music last round. I mean, just look at my activity here. Just look at this sheer activity. I got a backpack for Christmas. That's a good point. I got a backpack and it was hype. Why not Queen A4? Because it doesn't do anything currently. I'm not, like, Queen A4, I don't see how my position just wins. And so I'm saving the check for when I like, get it. For when I see something better. Which might be bad, but who knows? How are we winning so hard? What did you play? This is why I play this, like, weird... I play the ready, right? Because, I hate fun. And people just do this. I don't know why. It's, like, so... I'm not going to say obviously bad, that sounds mean. But it's, like, very anti-principled. And, like, anti-everything. But people still go for it sometimes. It's this whole thing where you don't defend that pawn. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. I'm gonna push this first. It's a whole thing, man. Knight c6 is already weird. Knight c6 is fine. It's Chigorin, you know. The Chigorin's an opening. It's a well-respected opening. You can play the Chigorin. But if you're going to play the Chigorin, you have to play e6. There's a weird sideline here where you go bishop g4. You can play that as well. That's also playable. But it's like... You should probably not. You should probably not. But this is just awful. I mean, to be fair, it's not immediately obvious, and if you haven't seen this before, it can trick you. But I just, like, it... I'm always surprised by how many people get tricked by this, because I feel like if you play the number of games of chess needed to be a 2100, you would have seen this before, you know what I mean? I feel like 2100s would have played enough chess to see this, you know what I mean? Maybe that's not correct, but... I mean, you want to push c5 at some point, is that not like blockade? That's a matter of taste, yeah. Because knight c6 does have some tactical advantages. There are reasons to play knight c6, let's put it that way. There are reasons to play knight c6. Again, I've never found them quite convincing. I don't personally play the Chigorin, but it's like absolutely a thing you can do. It's an option. And it has a reputation being. Haxo Gambit. Have I heard of this before? Or did I just say something I shouldn't have on stream? Haxo Gambit? Oh, it's a scotch. Okay, that's your first problem. I mean, this just looks like a scotch. Where's the... Just looks like a normal scotch gambit sort of thing. Double, then lose it all because of bad luck, then leave the grass, you bring that champ for next. That's a good point. Why am I... You're absolutely right, Local. There's no reason for me not to be doing channel point predictions on the rated games at the start of stream. Why have I not been doing that? There's like zero reason. Merry Christmas, Gloin. Why am I playing such bad chess? Hey, Stein, welcome. I'm just going to give him a piece because I don't care. If you want it, take it, buddy. I ask myself that every day. I ask myself that every other day. Today is just one of the bad chess days. Ooh, I have coffee left. But I mean, this doesn't look like the worst thing of all time. Because you can play c6, right? Because I take this with tempo and the queen. And that was my intention, at least. Yeah, okay. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe this whole idea of sacking a full piece was actually genius, and I'm actually a genius, and everything was intentional. It was all planned. Because I mean, these don't exist. These don't exist, right? Or this kind of exists. Okay, these don't exist. So these don't exist. This doesn't exist. Half his board doesn't exist. I could probably get away with this, right? And I'm like immediately threatening this, which just seems super scary to me. Maybe I even take the... Yeah, I could take the knight first and then go for that. It looks super scary. I mean, just look at my piece activity. I don't know if I'm winning, but I'm definitely cooking. So wait, hold on a sec. Let me just calculate something real quick. Just let's say this. I know he could take with king. Let's just say that happens. Yeah, he can still block with bishop there, so it doesn't do anything. I mean, I can get my piece back. Again, I can get my piece back right now by just playing bishop takes, queen takes, check. Sorry. Check, knight f5, pawn takes f5. And that gives me my piece back, but I'm trying to see if I have better. I mean, I might not even need better. That looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. Actually, wait. After takes, knight, queen takes, if I go check, can he afford to do this? No way, right? Maybe he can. Oh, after check, king f8, I just take here. No, check, maybe check king d8. I could just take there, yeah. Hard to play. There's probably some super subtle move that just wins on the spot. Just something like positional. I mean, maybe I play like rook e6. That would be the move, right? That would be a move. Or maybe I go check, because his point is if check, he wants to play knight f6. So maybe check, knight f6, I go rook e6. My intention just being to take that. But he can take that, yeah? Yeah, he totally can. Yeah, it's definitely rook b1. Very subtle, very stockfish. I'm not sure if it wins on the spot, because the problem is if check, he can go king e8, and then it's not the most convincing to me how or if I just checkmate him. I mean, again, taking this looks fine. But then, like, rook g8, I have to think. I want to think. I'm gonna try rook d3. I don't e6. I don't remember why I thought this was bad. It looks kind of good. And if it works, I'm a genius. I'm just no think head empty right now. No think. No thinking is happening. There's not a single thought occurring. If it works, then I'm a genius. But like, I'm not convinced. If it works, I'm like the smartest guy on the planet. But like, I'm not the most convinced. Because this is the move I was unsure about. Maybe I can... So many moves that almost work. You know, it's horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Like, imagine I go here, I let him take with this, and I just go bishop c4. There's just so many pieces around his king, right? Yeah. There's no way he could survive that. Maybe I'm coping, but like... There's no way, right? There's no way that he could survive after I play like bishop c4 there and then bring the other rook. No way, no way. You know what? I'm playing off vibe now. I'm playing off vibe. We are no longer playing objective chess. If we ever thought we were playing objective chess, we were wrong. I am playing off vibe. There's no way he can take and then bishop c4 doesn't win. I refuse to believe that that's a playable position for him. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. This is when I'm at my both best and worst in chess, is when I'm doing this. Because on the one hand, I tend to find some really interesting stuff. But on the other hand, I usually spend too much time, and my tactics are often a little wrong. But there's no way. Look at all my pieces. Look at all my pieces. Look at this king. I'm threatening 8 flavors of death. Oh, there's no way, no way, no way, no way. No shot, right? No shot. I don't have time, but my expectation is that I have rook e1 after all said and done. Or I could just take his rook. Yes, please. I told you this worked. Yes, please. I don't need more time. I got enough time. Ugh. Dang mouse. I don't need more time. I have plenty of time. Give me a second. I can't look at chat right now. I do not have the time to look at chat. I do not have time to look at chat right now. I think I see forced mate if he doesn't do that. I'm disconnected? I swear chess.com. If I lose this game because I spent 10 of my 20 seconds because I disconnected. Wow. Like anti-plot armor. What do they call that? I can pre-move this pretty safely, right? Literally, it spent 10 of my seconds. This is the worst game of chess I've ever played in my life. Oh, come on. No, listen. Literally listen. Listen. I lost 10 of my 20 seconds to chess.com disconnecting me. Listen. I lost 20 seconds. I lost 20 seconds in the most critical position of the game. I was right. I was right. Rook e6. Look at that move. Look at this move. Look at in this position. Look. No. What did I do to deserve this? I was nice. I was nice. Santa hates me. No. I do need to hydrate. Because my tear ducts are going to be dumping everything I drink. What did I do? Did I not apologize to my little brothers after punching them or something? It was right! Rook e6 was the best move! Rook e6 was the best move! Why? 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 Look! It was the best move, guys! I'm a genius! I was right! What are you even supposed to do? Guys, look! It was the right move! I was right! I was right! Rook e6 was best! By like a full pawn! Look at this move! Nah, no shot. A brilliant, and then I just win on the spot. It takes bishop's mate in 8, but this has also got to be forced something. I didn't have the time to find a checkmate. That's a tactical issue. Honestly, if I knew my tactics better, I would have won that because I would have been able to see the mate. But I didn't see any checkmates. The sad dab, that's all you're getting. Okay, no, we're winning all back. We're winning all back. We are getting all of our elo back, fellas. Man, I was cooking so hard that game. So hard. Oh, what do I play against this? My little brother plays this. I don't remember my moves. Did I just play g6 or something? Yeah. Oh, please do it, Rexplore. Please do. The resign button doesn't work in rated games. Oh, no. I forgot we can do predictions. We can do predictions. Give me a second. Okay, no. You got, no, watch. Okay. So, I think you all know what the correct answer is here. There is a correct answer. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Rexplore. I kind of like that. Goes hard. Was Seb delayed Wasilima? A6 attempts the gambit line. No, that's the thing. That's the thing, Flat. I know this stuff. My little brother plays it. A6 is attempting a gambit line. If I play knight c6, the point is b4. However, the thing that happens here, the problem, is that if I play g6, the gambit line no longer works because you really can't play b4 into bishop g7. really bad. And so G6 on move 2 prevents the gambit line completely. It completely prevents the gambit line, which is why I play it. You just play it as well, b4 first? Yeah, b4 first is a different move order. It has some benefits, it has some downsides, but it is... Why not knight d4? I consider knight d4. I just figured he would take it, and I didn't see how it would help my position much. Taking was also fun. I win a lot of points, potentially. Do people have faith in me or something? Is there faith? Genius Rexboard. 5-head. Sure. I'm pulling this Costanza. Hey, I mean, if it works, right? 5,000 to 1 seems like fair odds. Because there's a 5,000 to 1 for me winning this game, I think is fair. I win these 5,000 to 1, absolutely. So that just sounds like fair odds to me. No bias detected. Bias free. That sounds like stonks, honestly. Hey, if you want to sack, be my guest. I think he's going to sack, guys. Cool stream. It'd be a shame if a snail came in and ruined everything. Nah, a snail wouldn't do that. He really went for it. I'm calling the bluff. I don't believe it. I'm calling the bluff. See the good ending. Yeah, I'm calling the bluff. There's no way, right? Right? There's no way, right? Yeah, there's no way. And then I play rook h8 because I do not have to take back, and that's the big critical thing that if he missed something, this is what he missed. We'll see, but it's a full piece. I mean, I have a physics exam tomorrow. I have a few exams a day after, but I'm free for today. I'm free for tomorrow specifically. But I do have to study for all my exams. No, listen here, Rexboard. Look at this position. I'm up a piece. Last game I was down a piece and I lost. So this game I'm up a piece and I'm going to win. It's just simple science. Well, that's creative. Getting that back? Sure, fine. Whatever you say. I'm still calling the bluff. He has nothing here. I'm not taking this pawn. I want it here. It's cover. I play knight g6, and he's out of ideas. Officially. He doesn't have the material. He simply does not have the material. Just doesn't have the material. There's nothing to do. See? I told you, Rexboard, 5,000 to 1 we win these. You thought I was capping. You forgot that this is a completely cap-free zone. All-time cap low. On all-time low in cap. We block with knight. Because that's the entire point of this idea. And then wherever the knight goes, we take it. Dabs team remaining 137. You know, I really need to add more meaningfully interesting channel point redemptions. I have a feeling that some of the people are getting bored with the current options. Can I take the knight? Not really. Okay. Sure, just king h8. And look at this. The pawn is acting as cover for my king. This is why I didn't want to take the pawn. It's because this is what I was gambling on. Is that this pawn is a traitor. How do you checkmate me around this pawn? You have to have control over the g file, which for now you do not. Give me that. Thank you. For now, you do not. You don't have control over the diagonal. You don't have a control over the g file. You don't have control over anything you need to actually win this game. Yeah, knight was miserable. And now I'm just going to go queen f4 if you let me trade queens. Now he's not going to let me, of course, but that's not the point. The point is he's put in a position where he has to checkmate. The endgame has progressively gotten worse, and now we're at the point where he literally must find a checkmate soon. Not easy. Which I think his problem is that there isn't one. I work Wednesday, that's depressing. That is a little depressing. Let's trade queens, friend. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. He didn't find a checkmate, guys. He did not find a checkmate. I have an exam and a class Wednesday. Yeah, I have a final, I have a class, and I might have a project too. Maybe next time you should recognize the sheer force of will. Today's Christmas, tomorrow's national holiday. Or Wednesday, Friday. Boom. Told you. My point, I'm sorry, simply an issue of skill. I don't know the theory for this line super well yet. So nobody else wants to get in on the no action. Everybody has faith. I kind of like that. You know what? I was going to complain about, ooh, economically, at least someone else should try and go for the, but I kind of like people having faith. They usually don't. And it's like that episode of The Twilight Zone, you know? If mankind goes extinct, it will not be due to anything other than lack of faith. You know, The Man in the Cave, I think is what it's called. If you don't have enough of that dog in them, dog being hate. Wait, not hate. I was agreeing with you. I was like, yeah. But then I realized what you were actually saying. What was that king move? It's preventing any queen ideas. Yeah. You have to lose at some point. Yeah. I just hate being here. You just hate it. But you hate it just a little less than anything else. Just all the hate. Let's trade queens. It's either this or staring at my wall. You need a hobby. Interesting. My hobby is staring at my wall. Oh, okay. Go off then. In that case, have a nice day. Sometimes I switch it up, stare at the other wall. Oh, that's a bit experimental. I mean, this isn't the best position I've ever played, but it's also far from the worst. Like, I'm not in love with my position, but, you know, like, I'd go on a second date. Went on e4. E4, also possible. The reason I didn't play e4 is because I kind of wanted my knight to go to e4. Now, I don't know if this is good, but it was my idea. The square kind of seemed interesting. Just an experimental guy, clearly. So I met somebody recently whose favorite band, or one of their favorite bands, I shouldn't say favorite bands, who one of their favorite bands is AJR, right? And so, as you know, I kind of like AJR myself, so I'm not like an AJR hater. However, having AJR as a favorite band is interesting to me. And so, I kind of, not their favorite band, it used to be their favorite band. And so I always try to figure out, you know, I like understanding people. And so I like trying to figure out how that works. Because in my mind, there are two types of people whose favorite band is something like AJR, right? Something in that realm. The two types are people who not haven't heard anything else, but haven't explored other things. And the people who just like AJR. Both are totally fine. It's just, there's a slight difference, right? I like this move. This is one of the positions of all time. So it's pretty drawn. It's pretty dry. It's pretty dry. But okay. I mean, well, I'll play it. I'm playing the sharpest game ever, and I see a repetition. No! Don't take it. Flat, don't take it. Don't give in. No, go for the win. I mean, you've played a game of chess against me. I'm sure you know my opinion on this. There are times where I sometimes feel like I would rather lose than draw. Sometimes, some days, I would rather lose than draw. F4 for white. I mean, I'd take once, take twice. Or unless you meant, like, earlier, like in this position. F4, I push E4, that gives me a passer for no reason. And yes, all my pawns are in light squares, but the protected passer is too strong. You can't really justify giving it to me. B5 is never quite good because C5 is really annoying. Honestly, I'm for choice here. I'm not winning or anything, but I'm in a slightly better position. Which way do I take back? Hold on a second. This is very important ramifications for the rest of the game. I'm doing it with G. Because now I'm turning E4. Very drawish position. Very drawish position. However, that's okay. This pawn's forever safe. This king doesn't have a way in. So I can kind of walk my king around to the other side. I'm going to leave these pawns. These pawns are doing a very good job keeping his king out. Look at all the squares I have controlled here. Very good. Oh, come on, flat. You have to play for the win. King d7 is bad for black. Oh, it's all fine. There really isn't anything bad for me here. 6? Oh yeah, no, this is what I played. mean there was no win? Yeah, but you could have made him think there was a win. Did your opponent know that there was no win? I don't think so. I have an easier time getting in than he does. What is he doing? Again, as soon as he tries to trade bishops, I say yes, and then I play b5. Hi. Why did you let me do this? You win this? I might win this. He's playing very suspicious chess right now. Like, I don't know if it's bad necessarily, but it's very suspicious. Like, he let me in. Why did he let me in? Maybe he's still okay, but there was no reason to let me in. My hating isn't paying off? Well, I got into an even endgame, Rexport. You should know how this works by now. Bishop e4 for white. Bishop e4 is probably one of the most rational moves. But bishop e4, my plan was to go bishop a2, and I'm threatening like some weird checks, which actually takes the bishop by force, because you can't move the king to either one of these squares. So my plan there was bishop a2. Don't know if that's a good move or not, but... I don't know, honestly. Bananas are good. Thanks so much for the follow. Also true. Factual statement. Bananas are good. Bishop e4. Interesting. He still let me in. Hey, everyone, how's Christmas? Christmas has gone okay so far. I'm not going to say a very not Christmassy Christmas, because the Christmas was Christmassy. The thing about Christmas this year for me, is that I have like exams during Christmas time, or when Christmas time normally is, because of the fact that Western Christmas isn't when we celebrate the holiday in this country. Also, I'm happy with this because he created another weakness, right? This looks like he's done something, but all he's done is made this a long-term weakness. So this is why endgames are so important, guys. You just poke and poke and poke and poke and poke. Now he has to play this position. This is not an easy position to play. Yep, orthodox. Bishop g7 was better. If you mean f7, then you could be right. Yeah, bishop f7 was better. That way, go to h5 and take. It's fine. I get a similar idea with this. Cheering for the Chiefs? Ew. Check makes him go to d5, which helps him. Here, 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 here. Oh, he's already played that. No, he hasn't. So there, queen. It looks like he's a square off. Looks like we win by a single tempo. No, don't take. He plays king takes. He plays king takes, homies. Maybe I had Zugzwang there. You're probably right. I think I had Zugzwang because he can't take because I take this. I don't know, maybe. You're probably right. I'm pretty sure this wins as well though. No, but you're right. It still worked anyway. No, you're right. It worked. But this works too. This is what I calculated. But I mean, this works too. This is why I win all of my chess. No. Who won? Boom. Haters in shambles. You can't hate in peace anymore, X-Boy. Look at that. I mean, this worked too. See, look, the problem isn't this. His mistake was this. This was his mistake. He should have gone king here. And then I have nothing. Bishop blocks was the mistake. Thank you, Simidot. But I definitely made a mistake. I should have gone to f7 there. If I went to f7, I would have been winning, I think. But I went to the wrong square. But he let me do it anyways. I am bound to lose. But as soon as other people's challenge bunch on it. Let me see the line when you take. Oh no, takes worked too. I'll show it after this game. But takes also worked. Takes was maybe even better. More forcing. I think. Because I think he's in Sukswong. I'm fairly certain in Sukswong. How did you win? It looked like a draw? Okay, so here's the thing, Flat. Here's the thing, Flat. Here's the thing about me as a chess player. I'm very good at winning drawn endgames against people of my level. I am very good at beating chess players at my level. And in drawn endgames. It's like the thing I do. I don't think I'm Magnus. I am. Okay, no, I'm not Magnus, but okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember how I'm supposed to play this. Here on this line is rusty. I don't think it's 92. It's normally 92. Maybe it's not A3 in this line. No, you have to play 92 to allow E4. Maybe it's this. Actually, it's probably this. Hey, welcome, David. Do you remember the theory for this line, David? Thank you for the follow. Do you remember the theory for this line? Because I know this line. I've played it before. I actually got like the nicest win of my chess career in this line in an over-the-board classical game. But I can't remember the theory for the life of me. And see, it's not cheating because I'm playing against you. So you'd be cheating against yourself. It's not cheating, right? The problem with 92 is knight h4, h5. And I have to know if I want to play that. Because at that point, bishop e3 is just hideous. Well, I don't have another option. So I have to know if that's what I want to play. Knight c3. Also an option, honestly. You know what? You know what? I'm going for this. Might be wrong. Looks good. I'm not familiar with... I forget how to play the line if they just ignore the bishop on f4. Most lines you play knight h5 first, and then I go back to c1. Or rook d1 or c65. c65 is almost certainly not a good move. Rook fd might be a good move. That's also pretty fun. Everyone tells me that. I tried it on mobile. I couldn't get into it. Maybe this is incorrect, but it looks good. Hate this line with black. Well, I'm of the opinion that bishop c4, bishop b4 is one of the most challenging theoretical attempts. However, normally I think bishop d6 is to be preferred here instead of bishop e7. Bishop e7, you most of the time transpose unless black does something goofy like this. Which black can absolutely do something goofy like this. But on console, it's way better than mobile. I don't know. I mean, I have like 4 games in my to play queue, so there's no way I'm getting another game right now. My owned games backlog is the worst it's ever been in my life. So I can't. I'm taking a break from Half-Life 2 because I'm just not having that much fun with it, if I'm being honest. I'll come back to it at some point, but... And so right now I'm playing a Metroidvania. Bishop play Bishop before check. Sometimes we will get this set up with different move order and I get obliterated. Well, this setup shouldn't be possible if you play the Bishop, if you play the Bishop D6 stuff. Now, it shouldn't, right? Don't really have a backlog, I found. I kind of just play stuff I see. I'm in the same boat. Like, the game I'm playing through currently is one that I just saw, and I'm like, you know what? That looks fun, and so I picked it up. Because it was like $15. Interesting. Interesting. I did play Hollow Knight, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a very good time with Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is probably the best game I played this year. Probably the best game I played this year. Merry Christmas, Pixon. Let me look at my games ranking. I had one. I'm going to start trying to do it so like I rank everything that all the media I consume, being movies, games, and music in a year. I haven't done it up until this point. So I just have games for this year because I played a very limited number of games because they're bigger. And so, yeah, Hollow Knight's my favorite game I played this year. I thoroughly enjoyed Hollow Knight. Followed closely by Pseudo Regalia. But Pseudo Regalia is really short. It's like, it's only a few hours. So it's hard for me to rate it the same as Hollow Knight. Because I don't know. Honestly, I'm not going to do the thing that everyone says where it's like, oh, 2023 was such a bad year for music. Because I don't think it was a bad year for music, but it was not a super strong year. We were spoiled by how good last year was. Hello, Flix. I mean, the best album that I listened to this year that came out this year was definitely Lahai. That's for sure. Some bangers for 22 is about bad. Yeah, but 22, that's the thing. That's what my point is. My point is that 2023 wasn't bad, but 22 was amazing. Like, think about what crazy stuff we got last year. We got I Didn't Mean to Haunt You. We got I Answer From Up There. We got, like, Hellfire. We got, like, something for everybody, man. I haven't listened to either one of those. But Lahai is definitely my album, dude. Yeah, so Hollow Knight's my favorite game I played this year. And then my favorite game that came out this year was Pseudo Regalia. Although it might change. That might change. The game I'm currently playing, I am liking a lot. I am liking the indie game I'm currently working through right now a lot. So there's a very good chance that takes the spot of Game of the Year for me. Have not listened to Javelin either. It's just, do you like Inside? Bo Burnham? I've only listened to like one song from it, and I haven't actually watched the special. So 3D Country is fascinating. Kind of does the 70s rock sound, but does some alt rock stuff. I feel like I've heard of it. I don't think it was from you. I can't decide if I have compensation in this position for my pawn. I have not tried Imba. I've not tried Limbo or Inside. They're on my list of games to play, but I have not gotten to them. Just had a very strong, I'll call it praline, and I'm dying. My mom made some like rum stuff. It was delicious, but wow. Hmm. His best of list. Yeah, he put Lahai as like number 5 or something, which I could see it. I think Lahai is higher because that album just spoke to me. But like I could see it being a little lower. I could never put it lower because it just spoke to me. No idea what you're talking about, Rexpor. I don't like B4 for him. Maybe B4 works, but it doesn't feel right. Because now my knight gets in, right? And if I go here and then he takes, no matter what you take with, I feel like I take with pawn and I end up in a very nice position. Your pieces just look super cramped. Maybe I'm wrong, but... I mean, maybe you can do away with take with knight, then queen a5. That's entirely possible. Hmm. Maybe I could play a4 in that case. a4 is interesting. That's probably what I'd do. No, I could play rook... No, I can't play rook d7. Dunno. This was a weird year in general. I was kind of a weak year for movies, other than like Spider-Verse. Oppenheimer was good, but it was not one of Nolan's best. It's really good though. I liked it a lot, but other than Spider-Verse, I can't think of anything like amazing that came out this year. Other than like I guess Spider-Verse, Oppenheimer, I guess. But... Barbie. Was Barbie really that good? Let's be real. Let's talk. Was Barbie actually that good? Napoleon was Kino. Wasn't I haven't seen it, but wasn't it generally agreed that that movie was mid? I watched exactly 5 movies this year. Were they good? Were they good, Sim? Or Simi? I haven't seen Napoleon yet either. Mid? Oh, that's sad. Barbie? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Barbie, so Napoleon was fun, but probably wouldn't watch it again. That's what I mean. When I'm talking like a good movie, I'm talking like something that knocks your socks off. You know what I mean? Spider-Verse was that for me. Spider-Verse was amazing, the new one. And I'm one of the hippies who thinks the first one was kind of overrated. I don't think the first one was bad. I just think the first one was just a bit overrated. Don't wear socks, hard to relate. Ah, fair enough then. In that case, you're just not going to see any good movies. 100% agreed. Yeah, my man. First one's absolutely overrated. However, the second one, what a movie. Sheesh, the second one is fire. Okay, if you get a lobotomy, don't know anything about Napoleon. Well, historical accuracy isn't my concern. You have some taste. Thank you, thank you. Do you want to see my list of 130 movies ranked? Of my top 130 movies? I like movies. You want to see my autism diagnosis? I see. I kind of disagree with that. I think Napoleon as a movie didn't like advertise itself as being historically accurate. So I don't have a problem with it. Why not? Okay, here we go. I need to pull it out. Best movies ever made. Here we go. Best movies ever made. Ah, yes. So here we go. Here we go. I like Christopher Nolan movies a lot. So I have Interstellar as the best movie I've ever made. Right? Now, again, this is my opinion, and I do like Nolan movies a lot. So Interstellar is number 1. So that's the first take that might. Oh, really? Interesting. So. Number 1 is Interstellar. Number 2 is Blade Runner 2049. I like space movies. And number 3 is Wall-E. I really like space movies. I'm actually just noticing this now. I really like space movies. It's coincidence. I did not mean to make the top 3 all space movies. It's not my fault that like space movies are good. Tell directors to make better non-space movies. Well, that's a bad take regardless, Flicks. Where's the Funny Rat? Ratatouille is right below Wall-E at number 4. Funny Rat is number 4. So don't worry, Funny Rat representation is still a thing. I'm not sure what to play in this position. I think I definitely have compensation. I mean, winning one of these pawns back should be pretty easy via something like takes and Queen D7. Now, I'm not going to do that because I would give him some infiltration squares that I want to give him. So I'm probably just going to do this. This might be a bad move. Yeah, Napoleon hitting the pyramids is a little bit dramatic. Well, there's a difference between troubled relation and somebody hitting somebody, you know? Yeah, I don't know about history. No, if somebody hit somebody, I'm just saying. In general. So they made it a lot more of a drama than the story was in real life, is what it sounds like. This might be bad. Yeah, I think this is bad. So it's a romantic drama. A rom-drom. Okay, no, ignore that. That wasn't funny. Okay, I take it back. That was a little bit funny. Man. Why am I playing Bullet? Why am I playing Bullet? I mean, I'd be shocked if Rex hadn't seen the movie with those takes. Usually Rex is pretty good about criticizing, unless it's something that you don't need to see the media criticize it. You saw it, it's bad? Okay. That's good. I thought so. You were talking about it like you've seen it. GG's, GG's. That was my Christmas present for you, was Elo. You're welcome, you're welcome. No need to give me something. Well, yeah, of course. Of course. Now, there are situations where you can criticize media without having consumed it, but this is not one of those cases. Predictions for the World Rapid and Blitz Championships? Magnus. I don't actually know too much about the event, but my prediction is Magnus. There's no other. I don't know what's going to happen, but Magnus. Always bet on Magnus? Exactly. Thank you, Flix. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a very Merry Christmas. Marie Antoinette's execution? Of course he wasn't. Didn't he come into power like way after that happened? Stop. You lost this time of views. I say scam. Shh. We're chilling. We're chilling. Remove either MVL or Nepo props or niche. I mean, Wesley So is kind of a dark horse. Wesley So is always a dark horse pick, but per usual, Wesley So is a decent dark horse pick. You can see So messing some people up. Comnic now has a Twitter account. Is this because chess.com shut down his chess.com account? Oh my gosh. Rooting for Nepo? I could see it. Nepo's also a good choice. Right. Might be getting my history mixed up. Okay, let's push the ape on. You divide the rows? Okay, okay. Push him, baby. You might need some help. What's up, Lucas? Or Luca? Was it Luca or is it Lucas? I don't remember. If Napoleon was the first one to play the Scotch. There you go. I really want to justify sacrifice, but I just can't. He doesn't have a dark squared bishop, so on my PC only 130 minutes fully charged for the streaming. Any tips? Okay, dumb question. Very dumb question, but let me cook. Why are you not plugged into the wall when streaming? Is there a reason? Dear friends and enemies, this is my official Twitter account on Twitter. This beef is going to go down in history as being the dumbest thing in chess history. Chess has a very long and storied history of dumb things. So it's impressive, but I think Kramnik is just crazy. Plugged into the wall. Oh yeah, it's not a possibility. Hmm. In charge of USB-C microphone also works with USB-C. Okay, so second dumb question. Why not get a USB-C hub? Like a device that allows you to turn one port into multiple. Because neither one of those use a lot of data, you could pretty easily use a USB hub for those without losing anything too significant. Didn't know those existed? Well, they do. Also, an adapter. Especially for the microphone, you can get a USB-C to USB-A adapter and use that because microphones don't need that much data. Why not Queen F2? Because I don't want to lose? Or do you mean in this position? Because Rook takes G5. Microphones don't use that much data because it's voice, right? You're recording audio, and audio is a pretty well compressed and pretty small data stream. What, then take Queen? No, it's check, homies. So you could get USB-C to USB-A adapter for your microphone, or you could get a USB hub. Both of those will work, and both of those will fix that problem. So that's piece of advice number one. Number two, I mean, I would assume hardware encoding is more battery efficient, right? Right? I didn't see any message. What message are you talking about, homies? I don't know what message you're talking about. I would have known if you'd sent a message. Yeah. 7 queens. That makes perfect sense. I got you. So yeah. Which both of those sorts of things should be relatively cheap. And that'll solve the problem immediately. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know how hardware encoding works from a power usage perspective. I don't know if hardware encoding is particularly efficient, but encoding video is a pretty grunt intensive task. It's difficult to shrink it. Just by the nature of what it is. Fiddler's playing as well, based. It's a pretty intensive task. It's actually one of the more intensive tasks in general. Am I missing something? Low free pawn? Are we sure? The battery life goes from 5.5 hours to 2.5. Yeah, because it uses a lot of power. Again, video compression is very intensive. Just again, that's part of video compression as like a thing. There's not really a way around it. Or if there is one, I don't know it. I should probably say. I want to say that in general, freedom of speech is very important. I will not talk specifically about this case, but in general, I think that opinions should be answered in other opinions, not with silencing. Ooh. Interesting. Leave it to Carlson to always be subtly provocative. So here's the thing. Public speech doesn't apply to private platforms, like in general. That's kind of the point of a private platform. Not public. Freedom of speech doesn't apply to private platforms. So obviously, I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe Kramnik should have freedom of speech. But just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean no one can tell you to stop talking in there. Like, you can't walk into, like, you can't be invited to my party and then say whatever you want, and I'm not allowed to ask you to leave because freedom of speech. You know what I mean? That's a common misconception. A very common misconception. And so chess.com is within their legal and in some sense ethical right to be able to just say, yeah, no, we're not dealing with that. So now that's the justification for silencing people in general. Now, whether they should have done it to Kramnik, it's hard. It's hard. Difficult question. You know, if he wants, I'll trade queens and then I'll just go into the purely exchange FN game. Obviously, strong believer in freedom of speech, but freedom of speech, unless you consider something like a Twitter a like public service, but I feel like you end up with a big can of worms if you start going in that direction. Like, that is an approach, but I feel like that causes more problems than it solves, you know? But it is internally consistent, and that's a valid way of looking at it. At this point, I don't. Maybe at some point I will, but at this point, I don't consider it the type of public good that you would want to say, hey, this is available to everyone for free. Vlad was chaotic. Leo Coms went hard on young people and played excellent in some games. That's what I mean. That's what makes it hard, right? Because Vladimir Kramnik is also one of the greatest chess players to ever live. He's also done a lot of good for the game, and just is a well-respected player. Chess.com definitely didn't make a bad decision, regardless of whether or not it was a good decision. Kramnik? Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. No, that's how I want to put it. I don't know if they made a good decision, chess.com, but I know they didn't make a bad one. I think Vladimir Kramnik legitimately thinks he's right. I don't think he's like, I don't think he's being malicious. I really do think he thinks he's right. Which, again, complicates things. It'd be way easier if he were just being evil. Well, yeah. But again, it's not a clear choice. So, like, I think there absolutely is something to be said against chess.com for this. Like, it's not clearly correct to the point where you could just say, oh, they definitely made the right choice. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe they shouldn't have. I don't know. Thing is, I have a very weak king, which kind of makes up for the exchange. Especially with how active his pieces are. My intention is I'm considering giving the exchange back. What are my thoughts? And I want to have the threat of giving the exchange back at any given point, because I think that'll improve my position as having that threat. Make him have to think about some things. Give him some problems. Give him some decisions to make. I mean, we'll see, right? It definitely is true that it's very easy to cheat nowadays. And because of that, it's really hard to say definitively that someone isn't cheating. That's the thing. Is negative confirmation for cheaters is very hard in chess. Very, very difficult. Especially if they're already a very strong player, right? And every grandmaster who's talked about cheating has brought this up as a topic, because it's the reason this is such a difficult issue. Is how do you prove someone's not cheating? And to some extent, can you prove someone's not cheating? Is it possible? And if you can't, then what do you do? I'm giving one in the exchange. I'm giving the exchange back. Then Gray's chess strength taking no chances when they text on cheating. But here's the thing, Wonder. You can't know for certain. It's basically impossible negative confirm. It's basically impossible to say they weren't cheating. So if everyone who ever got accused or seemed suspicious of cheating got banned, there would be no players left in the chess community. I'm not kidding. If anytime someone did something suspicious, they got banned, there would literally be not a single person in the chess community except Magnus Carlsen. That's the thing. Again, the problem isn't bad players cheating. The problem is good players cheating. Time will tell, like it always does, but smart cheaters, or even people who are just good at chess cheating. That's my point. It's so impossibly difficult to say, okay, this person's definitely not cheating, that it might as well be impossible. And because of that, how are you supposed to decide who to ban? And that's the great dilemma. And so that's why chess.com has all their algorithms and all of their anti-cheat and whatnot, right? Which is great. And I think they're doing a relatively good job, but it means people are going to fall through the cracks. And then at that point, you have to decide what is better, having people fall through the cracks and be not allowed to cheat, but get away with cheating, or is it better to accuse people who don't cheat? Which is the lesser evil? That's the real question. And that's the real problem. What's better? Give me just 1 second. I have like 13 seconds on the clock, so it'll take me a moment to respond to some of these comments. I will respond to them though. I think it's a very interesting and very important topic. I definitely don't have the time needed to win this. I want to try though. Okay. That was a very bad move on my part. In my defense, I have 1 second on the clock. They late dodge short. Okay, what was I saying? Da-da-da-da. I tried to listen to the recent interview Vlad had with the Chess Bros, but he's so hard to listen to, so I didn't finish yet, but I agree with a few of his points. If a Grandmaster using the engine in the opening for one move, how would you detect when the move is being played millions of times? That's exactly the problem, Wonder King. Hikaru said this before. Now, Hikaru tends to exaggerate a little bit for content, right? We all know this. That's a very Hikaru thing to do. However, I think the spirit of what he's saying is correct. So here's what Hikaru said, pretty much. Hikaru said, for Grandmaster, all they need to know, for a Super Grandmaster, all they need to know to gain like 200 elo is to know to like twice per game be able to ask if they're winning. Right? That's, and again, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, I think, but not much. You missed mine? Let cheaters cheat, they won't get anywhere. But that, you don't understand. That ruins the experience for everyone else. Look how many people are already in chess.com's current state not playing rapid or just quitting certain time controls, slowing down their chess play just because they're tired and they feel like they're constantly playing cheaters. I can't tell you how many people have said, oh yeah, I'm rated XYZ Blitz, but I don't play rapid because there's too many cheaters, right? Just the knowledge that cheaters are playing ruins the experience for a lot of the player base. It's not just the problem of if they're cheating, it's if people feel like they're cheating. That's just as important a question. It's like a trust thing. And that's super easy to forget, but that's the end user experience, because that's the problem. That's the problem chess.com's facing. Also, what about for money events? All you need in order to break the system is you need to convince people that people are cheating. People don't even need to cheat necessarily. Now, obviously, the easiest way to convince people that someone's cheating is for someone to actually cheat, but you get my point. Give me that. Yeah, but unfortunately, I control the courts. And it's Christmas. Isn't a great detector, but we don't have a better choice. I wish there were more mathematicians, data scientists, and chess research, but since chess is poorly sponsored and have less attention compared to other sports. Yeah, but even if you had all those other people, what would they do? Like, that's the problem. The problem is it's trying to figure out who's cheating in chess is like half psychological, because you have to figure out what moves people would find. Again, it's very, very difficult. Like, uniquely difficult. In this regard, chess is uniquely difficult as an anti-cheat. There's no rules. I make the rules. I said this was a constitutional monarchy. I lied. This is actually a despotism. Come on, this is a cool move, guys. Look how easy this game is. Chess is such an easy game. Doing average is better than nothing? Absolutely, I agree. And I agree that having more data scientists and more people in tune with the data part of it would be helpful. It's obviously a better thing. But my point is, I don't even know how much that would help. Obviously, it's better than nothing. Obviously. But my question was like, how much better than nothing? Nah. Sounds like cope. Wait, are you trying to convince me to accuse me of being guilty? Are you trying to turn me against myself? It's disrespectful. I mean, I'm up a piece. You're the judge and the victim? Yeah, I am the victim. This is true. I am, in fact, the victim. So you, my friend, are victim blaming. Because I'm the victim. You gotta love people who engage in some goofy, silly victim blaming. What are you supposed to do? We'll see. Uncle Miles. Better Call Saul? Is this a Better Call Saul reference in my Twitch chat? Hello, Miles. We're talking about chess cheating drama. This is now a drama live stream. Any questions? No? Good. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. How's your Christmas been? Interesting. Good. Just finished opening presents with family. Did you get a good haul? It's always the most important question. You do not have light squared bishop. You can't compete. Got some new AirPods? Oh, that's a very good haul. Low-key addicted to my AirPods. Give me a second. Trying to figure out how to force a win. Not obvious. Can't let him take my dark squared bishop, of course, but that shouldn't be too difficult. Just gotta be somewhat careful. I want to get an amp DAC for my headphones, which is gonna be nice because I've been just using my motherboard output and it's not that good. It's my bottleneck. So that's gonna be good. Here we go. Just slowly win the end game. You just got to be a little careful. If he takes this, we're still winning, but if for some reason he manages to trade off this bishop, trade off all these pieces, then we're not. Sinister Magnus? Really want to change my name? Oh, really? Why is that? Oh yeah, of course I want to check maybe two bishops. Two bishops isn't that hard. Two bishops isn't very hard. I mean, you gotta be somewhat careful, but... Boom, he's in a box. So now we have time to figure out if we remember anything. I think you have to walk him to a corner. It's usually how it works in a lot of these endgames. Yeah, we walk him to the corner. So it's here and then here. We've created in 2010. Oh, that's sick. Two knights with the pawn left for the opponent. Okay, that's really hard. No. Just give me 1 second. I had it right. I just need to remember my exact moves. Just let me remember exactly how to do this. Here we go. Oh, do I not remember this? Do I not remember my bishop checkmates? That'd be so sad. Do I not remember my bishop checkmates? I think it's this. Okay, now we actually forced him into the corner. Success. Okay, I remember. We're fine. I remember. I'm considering starting private lessons myself. I just haven't had time to do the research and get things in order the way I want to. There we go. Now we're chilling. Told you I knew how to checkmate with two bishops. It just took me a minute. Okay, one more game. I want to get back above 2130. Because what's my... I'll accept your thing. I want to get back above what I was 2135. Read my cause? No. The winning moves to the key? Yeah. There are a lot of those positions where you just barely have enough material, you know? Because that's the thing about the king, is when you only have a king, you can be forced to move very easily. Waiting moves are a classic. Your Honor, ignore him. Okay, if I win this game, then I'll be above the rating I started tonight at, right? And then we can stop. Shake? Deal? Deal? No, and I'm going to win. Why? I'm just going to win. And it's going to be over quick. Deal, deal, deal. Yeah, deal. Case closed? Case closed. Zugzwang is beautiful. It's one of the prettier things in chess for sure. Also, just randomly, I love these sorts of positions. There we go. Zugzwang is definitely up there with some of the prettiest tactics in chess. The opponent's going for the right idea, which is interesting. Most of the times people don't find this idea. But that kind of goes to show why this person's rated 22 to 26, right? He's finding it, you know? I mean, we'll see how he plays it, but... because it's still not an easy position. But so far he's doing really well. Again, I'm curious to see how he handles this. I wonder if he plays e5 immediately. It's definitely a move to consider. Ooh. Interesting. You know what? I disagree with that. I think you should have played e5 immediately. I think every move you delay in this position is a big deal. Yeah, see what I mean? Look at this. It's already much harder now. Yeah, I disagree. I disagree with the way he's playing this. Maybe it's fine, but it looks a little bit suspicious to my eye. Maybe you can get away with it, but I figured I'd take this. If he took with c-pawn? In this position? He takes with c-pawn? I don't remember, but I had a plan. Trust me, bro. I had a plan, I just don't remember what it was. Okay, bishop takes. Interesting. See, normally I'm done playing rated by the time we get to the time of night where I start playing terrible chess. But tonight, because I've won so many games, we've gotten to that part of stream while I was still playing rated. So my moves are starting to make a bit less sense. So close to working. So annoying. So annoying. Well, if I trade knights and it's opposite colored bishops, then there's no way he wins that, yeah. Or I could take with bishop and try to go into the bishop versus knight. Down a pawn, but with a very active knight. No, the bishop... it's... more true that the bishop prevents my knight from moving than it is that the knight prevents the bishop from moving. First I go here, then I go to b7, then I play bishop d5, and, you know. Because I uploaded a few other YouTube videos, but especially at the time, less so now, but especially at the time I was very unhappy with how they turned out from a quality perspective, and I felt very self-conscious about the fact that I was making videos advising certain openings, being as weak of a chess player as I was at the time, and even still am today. At some point I need to get over it, but I find it very difficult. YouTube I find very stressful. For some reason, the live format is just less stressful to me. Near 2100, very strong. Well, at the time I wasn't 2100. At the time I was like 1900 or something, but that's beside the point. And plus 2100 is not very strong. It's strong, but like what others think? I don't know. That's the real question. But that's just something I struggle with regularly. I overthink things just a hair. I'm working on it, and I am getting better, but as of right now, I'm still almost decent. Imagine this. It works, yeah. Look at that. Little improvements. Move by move. Because if he takes, I take his rook. Now, I still would have gone for that as him. I think he should have, honestly, but for some reason he didn't. And so he kind of let me do whatever the heck I want. He's kind of letting me bully him in this endgame, which is very weird because this endgame should be a draw and a very clean draw at that. But he is just absolutely letting me bully him. I can't say I understand it. Like, look at this. Why is he letting me do this? He's still okay. He's not losing or anything, but it's just like, why? Why allow this? You're letting me have so much fun in a position where there shouldn't be any fun for anybody. You know what I mean? The position should be zero fun, but I'm having quite a bit of fun. I've considered it. Heck, I still am considering it. Again, we'll just poke and prod. Wants a challenge? Yeah, but like, I mean, maybe he's underestimating me. That happens sometimes. Maybe he's like, oh, this 2100, won't know his endgames or something. I don't know, but like, I'm having way more fun than I should be. You know? If you let me have fun for this long, then eventually something might go wrong. I'm not underestimating you. I'm listening to you. It's a draw. Well, I know it's a draw. That wasn't my point. My point was you're making it harder and harder for you to for yourself to draw. And it's still a draw objectively, of course. I'm not saying that it isn't, but I'm just saying I don't understand why you would play a position that gets harder for you over time. Still easy? Okay. It's, I mean, it is easy, but like I feel like it could be easier, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. Not best play on my part. Yeah. You see so many people. I'm sure you've seen it as well, Mr. Juan. I'm sure you've seen so many people who just lose end games for no reason, just because they like, I don't know, mentally die inside. It's a bit distracting. Not used to it. Everyone underestimates how hard it is to stream playing chess, or to be able to talk while playing chess. People underestimate my power constantly. Doesn't quite work. I've tried that and I lose too much. Oh, it's definitely way harder. I enjoy it though. I have so much fun. He is reading. My opponent here is currently in my chat, so I'm reading that as well. You know what I'm gonna do? Can I rotate my bishop to a better square? I think I can. If I can, that'd be epic. Maybe rook c7? Maybe. I don't know. Cormac is probably like enjoying Christmas with, you know, like family or something. Like some cringe person who has a life. Just gonna do this. Okay. And then we're gonna. You know what we could do? This might be a bad idea, but I want to try it. %100% draw? Absolutely. But see, now he's trying to flag me, and I'm trying to wheedle him down. Because to be fair, the thing is, in this position, if anyone is going to lose, it's black. You know, the position is a draw for sure, 100%. But like, I'm the only one who can pretend to win. Black can't pretend to win. You know what I mean? I've got a plan. I mean, why not, right? Again, I'm never going to lose this. Why not rook c7? We'll look in postgame. I mean, he can just take the pawn now, to be fair. Yeah, if he takes the pawn, it's a draw. You know. I mean, I think he probably tries to win now. If I'm him, I try to win this position. But, I mean, there's nothing to be done. Draw by insufficient material. Well, you know, I tried. I tried. A lesser chess player would crumble under that. Okay, so I have to play another rated one. That way I can get back above 21-37 or 35. That draw got me real close, so now I just need one win against basically anybody. Homies, we agreed I have to get back above 21-35. That was the point. And so if I beat this guy, that would have done it. But I didn't beat him because he knew his endgames, which is very sad. It's a very, very sad thing. Yeah. Evidently, you had a few chances to win here. Oh, you could have skewered me. Whoops. Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. He missed it. I missed it. Everybody missed it. It's okay. Yeah, no, there's always a draw there, but I just can't help it. I'm very ambitious. And hey, you want to play that way? Be my guest. I didn't see anything. Nobody saw anything. That's because there's nothing to see. There was simply nothing to see. Speaking of nothing to see, very boring position here. Man, these dang white players playing for a draw? It's ridiculous. What am I supposed to, what's a guy supposed to do? Back in my day, white used to play for the win. Yep. No, I do gain elo off of this draw. You're correct. I gain +1. But it's not about the elo, Batman. Elo's cool and all, but I play chess for the chess, you know what I mean? Draws the new win. Anish Sensei, true. I mean, I know that I tend to push a little hard for the win, and it often costs me my life. I recognize that as a weakness of my chess. Like, I understand, but like, come on. You know? Like, look at this. Very dry position. Now, given, I mean, this isn't the worst position to play as for either color. I feel like I have some stuff to play for. He has some stuff to play for. It's chess. Not complaining too much. We'll see, right? Time will tell like it always does. Time will tell like it always does, and, you know, we'll see. See, I'm just trying to play for, like, any imbalance here, because it's just, there's just so little. Like, can I have bishop pair? Can I have, like, asymmetrical pawn structure? Give me something. Give me something to play with. Like, I am almost willing at this point. I'll do this. Wait, you're 21. I have no idea. Yeah, my blitz or bullets like 1400. That's right. That's correct for one of my elos. I don't remember which one, but I am a 1400 in one of the time controls. I just don't remember which one it is. Maybe this is wrong, but it looks interesting. Probably I think my blitz is like 1650 and my bullet is like 1200. So my intention here is to play f6, which is very optimistic, but I think it works. Yeah, bullet. Again, now we're talking. Now we're playing chess. There's like a weird imbalance where I've got this a goofy looking pawn on e3. Is it a strength or is it a weakness? I don't know. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? Now we're talking. Now I'm enjoying myself. I might even be in a worse position here, but I'm at least enjoying it. You know? Like, there was a universe where I sack the exchange here and try to play for like this. Like, I push the pawn and then sack the exchange. If he goes rookie 1, which he wouldn't, but still. But f6 is just definitely much better, because if he takes with a rook, then I have nothing for my exchange, and I just look dumb. But after f6, how do you support the knight? You've got light squared bishop and dark squared pawns here that you have to support. You know, like, okay, let's get some momentum in the position. Let's get something rolling. I'm not sure how you defend everything. Can you defend everything? Probably not. To be fair, knight d6 looked like a very obvious move. And if you don't play knight d6, I'm not exactly sure what else you play. Maybe you go knight f6? A universe where richer rapport is you? Exactly. That universe is this universe. It's the same universe. Maybe I go f6 anyway. Probably f6 almost no matter what you do. 2180, but I dropped 2040. 2180 is pretty high. My peak rapid's like 2230 or something. 2220. Like, look at this position. Now I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying the chess here. Ooh, switching's okay. Interesting. Is the check productive in this position? Should I take his other rook? You know what? He has no check. What am I saying? I definitely take this rook. He has no knight d6. He has no knight f6. He has nothing. Gonna play you in rapid? Yeah, just give me a second. Just give me a second to knock some sense into this fool. One, two people in the queue. It's pretty quiet. It's a pretty quiet stream today. There's only like 3 people in there. Part of the reason I've been playing rated for so long. Nice try, bub. I can play that, right? What a goofy move. I think it's best, but it looks so silly. It looks so silly visually. Because he has no squares for his knight to go. That's his problem. Where's his knight go here? So my threat, for anyone who doesn't see it, is I take this, bishop takes, and then I take this, I think. Is that actually a threat? You can play rook takes. Check. Maybe it's not a threat. It looks like a threat. New plan. We play the bishop versus knight endgame. New plan. We play bishop versus knight because we have the outside passed pawn. And there are pawns on both sides of the board, so the bishop should be better than the knight. Okay. I assume you have a plan here. That's super, like, risky. I guess he's planning this check. That might work. Huh. Why is that, Kate? Miscalculation on his part? Not quite. Doesn't quite work. It almost works. But okay. We just do like our plan. We push this, and now he's got a new threat to deal with. If he goes into the king and pawn endgame, I'm pretty sure we're winning. I'm pretty sure that's winning. 1999. I'm such an idiot. And his king gets in, and his knight gets in. I'm such... Okay. Love that for me. Love it when I do that. Thank you. This is such a dumb looking move. What the heck? You have to try something though, right? It's not that bad. He's got to be able to. See, the knight is so poorly coordinated in this position. What? Mm. So close, man. Oh, 10. That's okay, that's fine. That happens to everybody. You get super high and you get whacked. Then don't play chess at your grandpa's house. You're welcome. Only realized that easy. Solved all your chess problems. You got plus 200 blitz in a week. And then you lost 300 the next week. Ow. Man, I just gave him a bishop in an endgame that was probably winning. I am just playing terrible chess today. Don't be so mean. You don't know what the E was. Maybe the U was the losing Elo. Oh, check. See, that's mean. Don't be mean. Man, I outplayed this guy so well, and then I just proceeded to play the worst move of all time. What's all this new drama here? Oh, Kate, I'm so sorry. This is such a negative space. Look at this, completely winning. Just completely outplayed him. Now this was poor, but... And just completely gave everything up. Just literally A4 and there's nothing he can do. What is he supposed to do? Nothing. He sits there and he dies. That's so sad. Okay, we'll play the viewer games. No, I'm calling it. What time is it? You know what? I'm gonna close queue a bit earlier than I normally do. Homies, it's your turn. Because I got stuff to do, and it's Christmas. You can't play a dragon and be like, why am I being attacked? That wasn't my problem. How do I not get attacked in the dragon? Oh, that was Kate's problem. Kate, don't play the dragon if you don't want to get attacked. No, I'm on Chexy's side for this. I'm on Chexy's side. You can't play the dragon if you're not willing to get attacked. How do I defend myself? You don't! If you have to defend yourself, you're already losing. If you have to defend yourself in the dragon, you're already losing. 2 words, Kate. Active defense. You're always going to get attacked. You can't avoid getting attacked in the dragon. We just said this. Counterattack? Counterattack. Fight fire with fire. Move attacks more actively will probably be better. Will definitely be better. I'm not even going to say probably. There's like one line in the entire dragon where you can afford to defend. It's a very specific line. Okay, I'll be right with you, homies. Like, what line do you have trouble with, Kate? No, she's not saying that. The dragon legitimately is a problem. All of them? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Are you not studying your theory? Then when are you getting attacked? But knowing theory, Kate, means you have to know what happens in basically every position if they start throwing pawns at you. Like, if they throw pawns at you, you have to know what you're supposed to do. Which, first things first, is if they don't prevent you from playing d5, you play d5. In this position, these two moves prevent d5, this one does not. Play h5. This is what now? Right now, if they don't prevent you from playing d5, you play d5 next. No, when he plays h4, go h5. Oh, that's fine too, but in this position, you play d5 because he hasn't prevented d5. If they haven't prevented d5, you play d5. First things first, which no one's going to play h4 here. Everyone's going to either castle or play bishop c4 or g4. No one's going to play, some people play bishop e2 like psychopaths. Here you play d5 as well. You just, if they don't prevent d5, you play d5. And then what? What do you mean, and then what? Here, like, what do they do? Are they going to push? If they push, it's a completely different story. I mean, here, this doesn't even work. So now h5, they got too many holes. But no, if they prevent? Okay, they prevent it two different ways. Bishop c4 and g4. Those are the only two ways to prevent it that cause any meaningful danger to the black pieces. g4 is one of the harder lines. That one's very complicated. Bishop c4 is the main theoretical line and the one that'll get you killed. This is the main theoretical try. This is a goofy sideline. This is a somewhat common alternative to the main line. Yeah, bishop c4 is the hardest one. Here, it's, I believe, bishop d7 is the main line. Then it's like castles, and now you play like knight e5, bishop b3, and then rook c8. Okay, so here's the problem. Here's where things get funny. Here's where here's where you can lose. The problem is, if they just throw down h4, you play h5 and you're fine, right? However, the problem is king b1. This is where you run into trouble, right? Because in these positions, it's easy. h4, h5, and when they move the bishop, you sack the rook. Pretty much. It's a little more complicated than that, but pretty much. But the issue is king b8, or king b1. Because in these positions, king b1 is the main theoretical try. There's no way you're getting attacked? Yes, but the problem is it's very difficult to get the central break. You're right, Nero. But the problem is getting the central break is the main problem of the Sicilian. That's like the main theoretical problem of the Sicilian is getting your central break without massive negative consequences. In most lines of the dragon, white prevents it. If you play d5 and get your central break, you're not even any worse. You don't learn openings with the engine. Yeah, it's useful sometimes for lines, but databases are way better than engines. Because see, like h4, h5, g4, you take, I believe, in this line. And then here, you take with knight, and it's hard. King b1 is the main theoretical try. If someone plays this and you're dead, you have to know a lot of theory. Because if someone plays king b1 here, it means they know their theory. And if they know their theory, you have to know more theory. Otherwise, you're going to get blown off the board. Play chess in the back of cereal box. That's a pretty good cereal box. Can I get a copy of that? Either a friend coach, Alco, or database or courses. Yes. King b1 is the main theoretical try. And in this line, you're going to die if you don't know all your theory. Because it gets very difficult. Like, I think rook e8 is the main line. That's tried for black here. Knight c4 is the most played. However, it's considered bad for black. It's too slow. In this line, it doesn't work because white has prevented most of your queenside ambitions. When the knight can take. Yeah. Now, the knight can't always take. There are sometimes rook sacks. There's often rook sacks, even. But... So, rook e8, I believe, is the move here. That's usually played. then h4, h5, and g4. And then these lines are very difficult. These lines are very difficult. These lines are the hardest you can find. Yeah, bishop h6 and then like king h7. Again, these are the lines that'll mess you up. And then it's like knight f5, and it's so hard to play this. It's so hard. Oh, if he plays queen g5, you're already dead. Yeah, no. If he plays in the queen g5, you're already dead. You have to prevent that with your life. Like bishop h6 is maybe what he played here, and then maybe he went knight c4. Because if this is the case, then you're dead. Maybe it was something along the lines of this. Maybe something like this. These lines get really complicated really fast. You just have to know how you losing these lines, what tactical motifs to look out for. Like, every move you should be keeping an eye out for knight f5. There's so many times knight f5 will just kill you. Knight f5 sometimes just murders you, and then you die, and then you cry. Dragon theory goes deep, man. What's a database? It sounds like some math thing in school. I don't want to learn math. A database just is a bunch of games, all written down so you can search what moves people play. I learned to play against challenges by playing against Alco. Also, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Also, I'm glad I helped. And then turn into an evil thing that plays French. Ew. That's a good idea. It's a good idea, Kate. If I could fix my sleep schedule, 90% of my problems would go away. Are we playing the main line here, homies? Are we playing the main line? I don't know, I'm trying something new. Go for it. There's a lot of moves you could play. You just have to know, like, not theory, but ideas. And then there's, like, the stuff, because the problem is, one move makes so much difference in these dragon positions. Is it bad if a queen castle... What? I'm not sure what the question is, homies. Could you rephrase? One of the biggest reasons I kind of tilted is because I had to sleep at like 1 a.m. and had to wake up at 6. Thinking it would be a great idea to wake up and try to get 1,200 before getting grandpa's house. Yeah, that was a bad idea. If I queen castle, right now, castling queenside is the main idea in the Yugoslav, homies. That is the... Oh, right now it's a bad move though, because I'm allowed knight g4. Remember, knight g4 is a constant threat. That's why f3 is played. I mean, it's triple zeros. It's not bad for you, but it's not good either. But there's like one move here that you have to play in order to keep the game going. Everything else... Oh no, this is already terrible. Never mind, this is very bad. Queen d2 is not a good move. No, queen d2 is even worse than most of the other moves. Because queen d2, normally you could play like a bishop check, but you can't even do that in this move. Ooh, yuck. I wish people played this against the dragon. Yeah. The dragon would be the best opening in chess if you got this sort of stuff every time. Because this sort of stuff is just bad for white. Just look at piece quality. Black's better. Do it, 10. So didn't you have queen b6? Queen b6. I probably did. Well, better late than never. Knight f5 might have been the move. Actually, knight f5 doesn't even work. I just take the knight. Yeah, no, you're right. I had queen b6. I hallucinated because usually the pawn's on f2, and so I hallucinated that he could just play queen knight b3, but I can actually just take the queen for free there. So usually there's a knight retreat tactic there somewhere, but plus this might have been an idea. Yeah, don't know. I mean, this is what I mean. You have to know not just the idea, but why that idea is the case, you know? So, like, you have to know why white has to play queen d2 before playing g4. There's a very practical reason why g4 immediately doesn't work. I actually, Poof, back when he hung around more often, when we played more games, we sparred against each other a bunch, me and Poof would go through those lines a ton, because he experimented with them a few times, and before I knew how to deal with it, I just basically got a move down dragon, which is horrible. Which is just terrible. Poof gone missing? He's living his life, man. But g4 before queen d2 is inaccurate. You shouldn't play it. But if black doesn't know why it's inaccurate, then he's just going to play normal like bishop e6 stuff, and it'll just be worse. It'll just be strictly worse for black. You know. But yeah, I'm now going. If you have any Facebook's recommendations on the dragon, I accept it. Did I ever send you that dragon video from the St. Louis Chess Club, Kate? That's usually one of my first recommendations. I also have... Nope. Okay, well then I'll say... I got two things for you in that case. Where's the first... First is a book that goes over a bunch of dragon theory. It's a few years out of date, but not bad at all. Very usable. That would be Chess Developments, The Sicilian Dragon. It's where I get a lot of my theory from. Oh, that's not the cover. It used to be on the cover. Here we go. Chess Developments, The Sicilian Dragon. Yeah, see. That's a good book. And if I can... St. Louis Chess Club has a pretty good video on the dragon as well. Let me just... It's a more high-level overview. This is less... The video I'm sending you is less of theory and more just a high-level overview of the opening, which is also valuable. Okay, see you. What is it, Tin? Talk to me. Are disconnected? No worries, man. Let's change a game. I played a bit before, and you have to guess my opponent's elo. I mind if you want. Sure. If you'd like, I'll do it. Bro forgot I had bishop check. He was almost cooking. He was very nearly cooking. But not quite. I'm gonna go here just to over defend e7. Not over defend, but defend. Come on, man. Come on. I appreciate homies trying, but it's just, these positions are hard. Man, I can feel myself slowing down. I always get weaker at commentary when I'm more tired, and it gets harder for me to find things to say. Normally, I have a lot of things to say at any given point, but as I get more tired, and I start repeating myself more like I just did there, where I end up saying the same thing that I just said, but rewording it because I'm unhappy with my original wording, so I try to fix my sentences after I've already said them. Usually, I figure that out before I get the sentence out, and I like think, oh, I have a better way of saying it, and then I fix it before I say it, but when it's later, I fix it after. It's very annoying. That's how I know the time is right. Boom. Look at that pony. What a pretty pony. I'm just trying to stabilize everything because I feel like once I stabilize everything, then my position will just be so strictly better that it won't even be difficult. You know what I mean? Oh. I never sleep. I never sleep when I have exams. Sent you it has 35 moves. Where'd you send it? Chat. Thank you. Saw it. End the stream. I'm going to end. I already closed the queue. Or did I close the queue? I thought I closed the queue. Let me close it right now. Also, it's just me or is my bot a bit more responsive than normally is tonight? I updated it. I'm not sure. Of course, of course. So this is already very bad. In this position, if they like do something else and then I go knight g4, well, I can't go knight g4 here. What's the move normally? Like, what's the alternative move that sometimes people play? Like bishop c4, yeah. Bishop c4, knight g4, and then you have bishop b5 check. And I have to play king f8. And we play like this sort of position. It's very goofy. Also, thank you for streaming on Christmas. I mean, you're welcome. It's one of my normal stream days, and I was free. I was early on Christmas. That was the present. Plus, it doesn't really feel like Christmas. I mean, it felt like Christmas yesterday when I was doing presents and everything, but today felt weird. This entire week has felt weird. Also, that reminds me. My college offers a program. Oh, is that from 1520? Oh, that's pretty nice. My school offers a program where you can take a semester at a different college in a different country, and supposedly they're partnered with like 200 other universities across Europe. And so I'm considering next year taking a semester somewhere else. And I'm curious what places y'all would think would be good. Just either from personal experience or just in general, studies. I already have a few ideas, but you know, there's a lot of countries out there and a lot of people are here from a lot of different countries. So. Yeah. Again, the problem was basically you lost a piece in the opening because f3 here, again, the purpose of f3 is f3 prevents knight g4 while also allowing h4 to be pushed. Zagreb? Well, yeah, but again, it's not just about the university, and not just about the education, but it's also a lot about the experience of living in that country for a semester, right? That's a big part of it as well. But why wouldn't you recommend Zagreb, Tin? Just curiosity-wise. What's the move queenside castles? Move is f3 first. After queen d2, knight g4, you could queenside castles. Then I probably take, and then you go like queen takes, and then I play knight c6. And you're just slightly worse, because this bishop is the strongest piece on the board. In these positions, this is already not great. Your best bet is probably bishop g5. Don't let me take it that easily, at least. You know what I mean? But in this position, f3 is just a better move. Or if you want to castle kingside, you can also play h3, bring the bishop out here or here, and then castle that way. It's a slower way of playing, a more methodical way of playing, a less challenging way of playing. But do you want to be an active player while studying, or it's actually a good question. That's actually a really good question. I hadn't thought about that. I was just thinking from the perspective of school and just living, you know? But I guess the nice thing about chess is pretty common in Europe, so it's a hobby I could take with me, you know? Huh. In that case, probably. But most countries in Europe have a somewhat active chess scene, right? And I mean, I don't need a tournament every weekend. And now you've already lost a piece. Again, these tactics get sharp. Next would be Nero. Mostly big cities, but they also have tons of, how do you say it when lots of cars drive at the same time? Traffic. Traffic. Got you. Was traffic that big of a deal? Because I wouldn't be bringing a car with me, I don't think. Wait, would I? I haven't thought about this very much. I expect that I wouldn't, because I would be staying either on campus or very close to my campus. In which case, I wouldn't be doing much driving. I'll mostly be taking public transportation. Because again, this entire program is organized by the schools. So I would assume the schools, again, either have like dorms or... Bro, I'm preparing you more for it than you are yourself. I told you, it's in the very early stages. It's just something I'm considering. I haven't thought about it. I'm not the most comfortable saying that as to film. Because the thing that it's short for is like a little strong. Well, it's short for GD, which is a little strong for my taste. A little bit, you know, I'll say other sussy things. I mean, I'll say other weird stuff. But it's a little, you know, gosh darn, but not gosh and not darn, right? Which I'm not in love with saying. You know, it's just, I'm somewhat religious. And by somewhat, I mean pretty, pretty darn. So, it's just, you know. Okay, that one I don't have to Google. Shang Tsung. Was my pronunciation good? Shang Tsung. Again, I have no problem with you asking. I want to clarify that. No problem whatsoever. Guess in Lichess Elo. I could do that. Piece of junk. Okay, give me 1 second. I wish, man. Just play the Mortal Kombat DLC. Ooh, the Omni-Man one? So cool. Ah, so you're a Shang Tsung main. I'm excited. I don't play too many fighting games, but I'm very excited. I play mostly platform fighters, and I'm very excited for Rivals 2. I'm so excited for Rivals 2. You all don't understand. I'm gonna be grinding when it comes out. Y'all don't even know. Mortal Kombat 11? Ah, 11. Got it. I don't play any Mortal Kombat, so I don't know how much the DLC cost. So, never played a Mortal Kombat because I'm just not a huge. I'm not a huge 2D fighter fan. There's, you know, what's the genre? What would genre would Street Fighter be considered? Just a fighting game? Again, I only really play platform fighters as far as fighters go. The other ones I find the movement annoyingly stiff. I mean, some platform players I find the movement annoyingly stiff and even. Okay. Me black. Perfect. Let's do a little swippy swap. Okay. Knight f6. Both sides are playing pretty rational. Maybe, but it always just looked and felt super restrictive. Okay, so far this is all very normal stuff. Yeah, rook a1. And then the point is this knight often comes to f6, f1. Takes doesn't look the most right. Okay. Takes doesn't look right. I think this entire idea is stronger if you leave. No, maybe you can't. No, you usually play b4. That's what it is. You play b4. And then, like, bishop b2 or something. And then taking isn't quite as strong, because you could play knight takes e4. I've seen a little bit of Mortal Kombat, yeah. No, I'm talking about how it feels. Like, you have these dashes, but inputting the dashes is, like, annoyingly difficult. And normal movement is... It feels like there's so... Again, it's because I haven't played too many fighting games. That's the reason. Yep, tell me the time control. That'll... Wait, you won't tell me time control beforehand? Oh, come on. How am I supposed to guess the elo then? Because it could be Grandmasters playing Bullet. Anyway. I've only played platform fighters. That's the problem. So when I go to other fighting games that don't share the design philosophy, it always feels like there's such a large gap between what I want my character to do and my character actually does. Just the time control, not the elo. Just the time control. Just the time control. And then I'll guess the elo. E takes is definitely wrong. It's not in the spirit of the position. Oh, so it's like Bullet. Ooh. Again, I only play platform fighters, and by that I mean Smash and Rivals 2 when it comes out. I'm so excited about Rivals 2. We both berserked. Ah, okay, so it's like basically Bullet. Okay, in that case, both players are stronger. Play Brawlhalla. So fun. I've never tried Brawlhalla. It looks fun. But I'm a bit of a tryhard in platform fighters. I never got, like, tournament strength. I played in one tournament ever in the entirety of my Smash Bros. Career. And that tournament had 20-something and my tournament had a 20 something entrants, and I got like 5th out of 27. Yeah, I got 5th out of 27. So I didn't do terribly, but I also didn't do amazing. To be fair, I was also kind of out of practice because I hadn't played really try hard in a while before that. But not on the leaderboard, just in a random tournament I played. A random online tournament. Out of 27 people in that tournament, I got 5th place. I was not 5th on the leaderboard. Again, like I said, I was never amazing, but I played a little bit. I wasn't garbage, you know? It wasn't terrible. I could have played a lot better. My point is I just didn't get mocked. I didn't get wiped away. It's still on my Twitter, I think. It's going to be older, but... Because I try to avoid deleting tweets. No, it's newer than that. I retweeted it, right? Good name. Favorite character is Kirby? Kirby's hype. Man, so many of these tweets are absolute cringe. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it was back in November 7th, 2021. And I got 5th. I think there are 27 players. Steve's kind of hard to control. That was the thing. The tournament I played, I don't remember. I think it was before Steve. As well, it was an RPG character only tournament. Last place, so that's A+. Oh yeah. And the people I lost to got 3rd and 4th, so 3rd sent me the losers bracket, and then 4th actually eliminated me. I got sauced by 3rd, because 3rd was playing Lucas, and at that time I didn't know how to handle Lucas. I got a bit better at dealing with Lucas's afterwards, but at the time I just didn't understand it, because Lucas plays the matchup differently than anyone else. So I just wasn't ready for playing a good Lucas. Again, I didn't practice. Well, if they cheesed me, they still deserve their places. That's how the game works. If I can't beat the cheese, then it's just a better strategy. But, I mean, both of them beat me pretty fair and square. It's my job to deal with the cheese, not their job to not cheese me. As long as it's within the game. I'm not saying you get to punch your opponent, obviously. But as long as it's like it's with the rules of the game, it's my job to figure it out. Oh. See, not taking the bishop is rough. I don't like knight d7. But it's bullet, so how can you judge positional chess in bullet? There is no positional chess in bullet. Here's the thing, though. It's a better game of bullet chess than I would play. And I go even with, like, 1900s, 2000s in bullet on my best day. So, if we're going lead chess, then we add another 200 elo. So I'm going to say 2300 bullet. That's a very dumb guess. I don't know what your blitz elo is because this wasn't a game of blitz. Both players played openings that made sense and played moves that made some sense in the position. Knight F1's not something a lower rated player would play unless they're actually watching Grandmaster games. And if you're watching and paying attention to Grandmaster games enough to know what Knight F1 is, you're not going to be an 1100. It's bullet Astafum. Okay, maybe a bit lower than that. Maybe 18. I don't know. I don't play bullet enough to know. I don't have any experience. It's like asking me to guess people's poker elo. I don't know bullet, man. You lock in? Lock in what? I don't play bullet. I don't play bullet. It's a pretty checkmate. If you're bullying that much Astafim, then fine, 1600. I don't know. No increment? That's what I mean. Some moves were classy? That's what I'm saying. There were classy moves in a no increment bullet game. That's not easy. Bullet with increment isn't easy to find classy moves. That's why I was giving it such a high elo. I have no idea. I don't play bullet, and I don't play on Lichess. So it's like a double whammy of things I don't know. So I'm guessing. $16.50? Okay, $16.50. Fair enough. I could see it. No, but y'all best bet that when Rivals of Aether is coming out, I'm playing in some Rivals of Aether tournaments. I'm going to be streaming, I hope to stream Rivals of Aether. And my opponent was about 1450chess.com. And my opponent's 2350. Wait, your opponent's 2350? Or 1350? Because if it was 2350 and I said 2300, then I'm actually a super genius. I'm actually Megamind level intellect. On your alt? Yeah. Maybe on my main if it does well. Because I have like 3 friends who play Rivals of Aether with me. That's like the most friends I have on any game I've ever played. I've never had a video game that 3 friends will play with me. You see him? He was 2300. Astafim, would you like to ask some questions? Would you like to apologize? Would you like to apologize? I want you to apologize. I feel like you should apologize. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Okay. Yeah, I've never had a video game that 3 of my friends will play with me. Never happened before. Okay, technically I've only asked 2, but the third friend really, really loved the first game and have been trying to get me to play the first Rivals for the longest time. But I just said no because I'm based. And by based I mean cringe. Sheesh. I have League, but it's candy. Yeah. I played like 50 hours League, but even then I only had 1 friend to play League with. Because, to be fair, I have a friend now who plays League, or who played League. I don't know if he quit or not. Um, so if I had continued League, I would have 2 friends who played League, which would still be a record. But I have 2 people confirmed for Rivals 2, and then a third one who I haven't asked, but who I'm like 200% sure. Because he really liked the first game. So we'll see. What do you mean? The fact that I quit League of Legends? That's not a loss, that's a win. Yeah, that makes sense. Ever friends who play League? Oh, come on. There was originally a different friend who got me to play League for those 50 hours. And again, like I said, I don't know if he quit or not. The guy I know who plays League. Now this is where the fun begins. Again, either way. That's not the point. The point is Rivals 2 looks very good. Donated to the Kickstarter and everything. This is one of the funny things about the Dutch, is that it's like somehow completely normal, insane to play like this sort of thing, where you play like Queen E8 and bring the queen in and just push all of the pawns and try to just kill him. It's so very barbaric. And I love it so much. It's so like, so Dutch. The Day After Christmas has its own name. It doesn't in English that I know of. It might in another language or another culture, but not, it doesn't have one that I know of. Day After Christmas. No, the applies for Serbian, Bosnian. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. But you gotta remember, I'm not super in tune with the holidays in this part of the world still. I'm actually not in tune with holidays in the States either. I'm just like, I'm in between them, and so I'm completely like out. It's not a bad thing, but it's kind of a bad thing. It means I get confused by holidays more easily. You know, Boxing Day. Isn't that like a British thing? It isn't connected to Christmas at all. Yeah, but it's also British, so. You will die, homies. It's not. This is not an optional choice. This is a one-way road. You to the grave. This is not multiple choice. There's no secret ending. You are going to die. No, not Manuel. Yeah. No, I don't. Somehow I don't think so. I bet he finna win. No, he finna die. I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him. Trust me, I got plans. I got plans. You always wonder complete winning positions? You didn't have to say that. It would have cost you $0 to not say that. And honestly, I think we as a society would have been better for it. That's all I'm saying. Just dominating and trying to survive people I'm the one writing. Because you're the coolest one. How does it feel to be the coolest member of my chat right now? Just for now, it's a temporary situation. Savor it. Easy. Easy. You're just gonna start counting in my stream? Is that what we're doing now? That kind of proves that I've been on Twitch too much. That's how you know when people just start counting. You know that thing you said about me blundering completely winning positions against less high elo players? Haven't watched Twitch since your last stream? Base. Bud. That's it. It's just a bud. I'm back. Welcome back. I'm busy losing a game of chess. As you can see, it's going very well. Blood. Yes, Asdafum? What is it? What is it you would like to say? I played PS2 on my phone the other day. PS2. What would... Oh, like, you played, like... Oh, the console. Okay. Ooh, what games? Talk to me here. You got me. Oh, yeah, you got me. I love PS2. The PS1 was my childhood. We also had a PS2, but we had like 3 games for it. The PS1 was my childhood. Mind Over Mutant, Def Jam. Acceptable. I'm more of a Crash Bandicoot Warped kind of guy, but I can get behind it. I had Mind Over Mutant for the DS. Like the trilogy more? Yeah. That's like what I was talking about? You have blue eyes? That I do. Look. Look. Okay. 1, 2, and Warped? Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said I'm more of a Warped kind of guy. Because Warped is the third one. It's also the best one in my totally not biased, not nostalgia goggles opinion. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. Yeah, now we're talking, my man. We can shake. Warped is the best. Hello, Lucas. Or Luca? I can't remember if it's Luca or Lucas. You don't blood in completely winning positions, eh? Hey. Now listen here. Jimbo. Super iconic. The most iconic. Listen here, my guy. I do not blunder winning positions because he just blundered checkmate. Any other questions? Any other questions, Tin? Of course you can't, because it's iconic. Tin, do you have something you want to say? You have something you want to tell the class? Just end the stream because my mom stormed into the room and said I stopped playing and go downstairs. Really awkward. Yeah. Yeah. That was way too planned. It was staged. Paid actor, paid actor. See, look. Brilliant. GG's. I did blunder the winning position, though. This position is completely winning. King takes was just a mistake. I should have played queen takes. No, what should I have played? Oh, G takes F3 right now. Oh. Oh. Okay, okay. And then I take on G7. So I include these moves. Yeah, well. Yeah, well, now you know for next time, right? You still learn. Okay, so I just had to include a few moves there. And then I had to play King H6, which makes so much sense. I totally saw that. You totally saw that. You totally saw that. Rook G6 is a disrespectful move. This move, you shouldn't have let me get away with this. This was rude. This was just rude. Yeah, that makes sense. This was just me saying, okay, you're not going to play rook g4, which is the only move in this position that doesn't lose on the spot. Literally every other legal move loses in this position. Other than rook g4. And I'm like, you're not going to play rook g4, rook g6. Sure enough, you did not play rook g4. Hey, whoops. Rook g4 still works. It's the only move. Because now if you take with rook, the rook's pinned to the king. And if I take here, then king takes and chess. Blood, which is blood without L's, because you take none. Bars! Bars! Okay. Now we're raiding somebody. Because I is tired. Who do we raid? I don't feel like I'm improving much. Are you studying? Like reading your chess books and whatnot? Doing tactics? Because if you are, you will. But it's just, you know, you have to be honest with yourself in that regard. I like Hunter was. I'll just chill. What was your Christmas dinner? Oh, Christmas dinner we did like dip night. So we had like a taco dip, we had a spinach and artichoke dip. And never mind, we're not rating Hunter Wiz. Just because that'd be rating 6 into 57 or 6 into 66. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to rate that few people into that many people. It feels like I'm trying to just play it for the viewers. Don't like it. We will go to the category. Give me a second. Rating is a numbers game? Not really. He probably wouldn't care, objectively. It just makes me uncomfortable. I just get nervous about it. Oh, look, there's me. I'll raid this guy. Raid this guy. I'm a little bit of a nervous guy. Okay, I'll do some chessable then. Do it. What day is it? Day 15 of chess every day until 2000. I mean, that seems worth rating. Ah, I've never played GTA 5, so went over my head. Never played a single GTA game. Might at some point, but anywho, have a great night, y'all. Thanks for stopping by on this fine Christmas.